took you on a basic tour of our admin, but let me highlight some of the new things that we're adding in the next month that we'll be announcing to customers. So one of the most important features is this ability to publish across multiple channels. So you saw that we converted content or organized content by neighborhoods, by categories, by groups, and a number of our big brand customers want to also cross-populate this content out to, YouTube, Flickr, Facebook. Traditionally, they're doing that with personal publishing tools and really just broadcasting it out there with no sort of understanding of where it went or how to pull any of the statistics back in. So, we talked to a number of our customers and looked at the issues that they were facing. One of the issues was actually managing the channels. So what we found them doing is giving passwords out to even people like interns so they could log into their Facebook channel and upload content. One customer had a spreadsheet of passwords that they literally passed around, and if someone ever got fired, it was just going around dozens of social media sites and changing passwords. So here we manage all that in a new tab for specifically managing channels. And when you want to create a channel, you pick the channel type, and we'll of course be adding to this list, but it's YouTube, Flickr, Facebook, Twitter. So let's say Twitter for now. The channel details, so let's say it's my personal Twitter page, DKR Carter, and a channel description. Now this doesn't actually get published anywhere, but it helps anybody who has admin access to this area to understand what this is. So let's just call it Dave's Twitter. As part of this, we don't want to necessarily give everybody access to the channel or admin access, but we might want to alert different people. So here we identify the owner and the email address of anybody we need to speak to about this channel, and we can put in email notifications for groups of people that might want to receive publishing and deletion alerts in terms of content. David. I'll put the shorter old company email, and I'll send this to Dave. I want a number of people to be able to publish to this channel. Again, I don't want to give them passwords and those sorts of things, so I can go and find people who have access to the admin console and give various people access to the site. So let's give Mark Catini access to that. And I say next. And then the very last screen is specific to each channel. So in this case, we just need to click Grant Access, and it'll actually ask me to log into Twitter, and it will save the key back. We don't save the passwords, we just save the authorization. So this will change based on every channel type. In case of YouTube, it'll ask me for default tags and a category. So now that I've set up the different channels I want and given different access, and you can see we've got a number here, a number of channels, I can go and publish things to these channels as well as the original neighborhoods. So we've got a bunch of demonstration channels set up for this demo company we call Circuit Villa. So let's go ahead and create some content. So I'm going to go to Content and Create, and go and create an article about the BlackBerry. This is a cool new model with video review. I'm going to pick a neighborhood, and let's put it in the Circuit Villa neighborhood. You can see we're doing a lot of demos, so you'll see a lot of company names come up. And let's put it in the exclusive offers and news section. We'll give it a tag, BlackBerry. Let's add some photos. Let me add a BlackBerry Storm photo. Storm. So this is going into our resource manager, and we're captioning it, or we're captioning it, we're thumbnailing it, etc. And let's grab a bold. And let's also add a video. So this is uploading the video, and then it's putting it into a transcode queue. So we have another service that will actually go through and convert this to Flash and wrap a player around it. So we uploaded that video. Probably should have given it a caption, but now what we want to do now is not only publish it to the Circuit Villa website, but let's add it to some channels. and those channels are the new multi-channel publishing feature. I'm going to put it on our Circuit Villa channels. We're in a development server, so cross your fingers here. So I can look at information about these channels and log in and actually see them. Here's my Twitter channel, my Flickr channel, who set it up, who has access to it, how many subscribers, videos, etc. And I'm going to hit continue. So now I've got those channels, just like we've got categories, and I'm publishing. When I hit go, these are going to get published out to there as well. Now the important thing is, so let me just hit update and save. The important thing is we're not just publishing out to these places, but we're actually tracking where those get published. Now we're getting a little warning here, and the warning is we're uploading images, and by the way, those images won't go to YouTube because it just supports video. And you can see the bottom warning which says, hey, Twitter doesn't support video or images. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a short link there. So I'll say OK and hit continue and let that go off. So this content is in the system. You can see it now under BlackBerry. If I went to our branded community, which is just based on a best practice community, and I hit refresh, there's that BlackBerry article, and I'll click on that. And you can see the two images. And we've lightboxed them and we've cleaned them all up. So everything's nice and tidy. And we've got the video down here. And I won't click on the video because I'm almost positive it's not encoded. Encoding takes, a few minutes. So there's probably just a demo video there. So that content is on our server instantly. Now what's happening behind the scenes is our server is putting it in a queue to be published out to various places. And I suspect it's not published there yet because it will take a minute. This is a previous example. But let me hit refresh and see if it's on the Twitter site yet. Okay, we'll come back in a minute and check those out. So this will take a few minutes. But so what's gone on here is we've not only put it on there, but we're now starting to track stats. So if we go back into the application and we view a report on any piece of content, we'll actually be able to see where this content's published. Now I'm looking at beta, so this is just a dummy page with stats on it. That's why the title's different. We actually will launch our stats crawler when we launch the product. So we'll be going out every day back to these channels, seeing what their totals are, bringing them back into our system. Because most of these channels actually only store the total for all time, like how many views of all time you're getting on a video. So by recrawling them every day, we'll have daily views, and you'll be able to see, how are we doing on our Facebook channels. You see some sample data down here. Or how are we doing on our Flickr channels? Or what's the submission log? Where did we publish? Did it publish successfully? Because of course we're talking to other people's APIs, so sometimes something like Twitter might be down. Gosh, that never happens. And then if we want to delete the content, well, actually, let me show you one more view. There's a channel-centric report as well, so I can go and look at my specific channel. So let's go with view the report on Circuit Villa's Facebook channel, and we'll go and retrieve that information from Facebook. So this is a channel-centric version of that report. Now, if I ever want to remove that content, and here's the problem most customers don't even know they have. You put this content and broadcast it all out to all these social media networks. Changing it and deleting it is very difficult. You have to keep track of where you published it to, what the passwords were to those things. All I have to do to remove this content is click here and delete it. All I have to do to edit this content is go in, make any changes I want, and republish. And those changes could include removing it from certain channels. So keeping track of the assets that you publish, brain dead simple inside our platform, and it can allow you to publish to multiple channels easily. So you give a customer like Sony, for example, we can help them publish to all their different Facebook pages, and they have multiple and all the different Twitter accounts, and publish all these different assets in. That doesn't mean they don't participate in these communities and converse and be real people. It just means all those big corporate assets that we want to include on those sites all get managed like a big corporate asset should be managed. So let's just go and see if this is published to any of those places. So if I click on Circuit Villa, so here's the BlackBerry article I just published. I only gave it one word. Let's look at our Facebook site and see if it's been updated there. So here's our Facebook content that's been published. YouTube's usually the slowest, so we'll see if that's there yet. Not there on YouTube. And Flickr, we can see the content has been published to Flickr. Now I'm not going to wait for it to go to YouTube. Let's just remove that content completely and let the system sort of automatically clean up all of this. So I'll hit delete. And now this exact same thing will happen if we go back to those sites in a few minutes. We'll see that everything's been removed, or it would be updated, obviously, and we're managing assets like assets should be managed. So that's a real quick tour of some of the new features we're going to launch. There's actually a few pieces more that we're not public on yet, but I think you get the idea.